What's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? My name is Iggy, and today I'm gonna just kind of show you guys some of the new features in Madden 22 franchise. I know everybody's kind of still trying to figure out some of the things, but I think I've pretty much got the hang of maybe not every new thing, but at least like really cool new tips and tricks and things that kind of give you the edge in the season, especially if you play on competitive leagues or franchises. So the first thing you kind of want to do as soon as you pick your team, right? You pick your team, you want to learn your roster. So as soon as you join the franchise, you get your team, you look at it, you see where you want to rebuild, what you want to focus on, what you want to fix. You just want to learn your team's strengths and weaknesses, and basically set two things. You want to set who you want to target in the free agency for this season or the off season, and then who you want to target or what position you want to target in the draft. For me, for example, I usually wait. I see what's available in the on the scouting reports. I see if there's a lot of a certain position. So like, for example, this offseason I focused on really defense heavy free agent signings, and then I went more like offensive in the draft. So vice versa, if you want to target a specific position in the draft, let's say you want all offensive linemen because your offensive line sucks. For me, for example, I went ahead and signed one person in the off season on the free agency for like the offensive line just for help. Then the next draft, I would probably just target all offensive linemen, depending on what the free agency offers. So you kind of want to just see your team's strengths and weaknesses. When you do that, you want to decide whether you like their offensive or defensive playbook or not. I took an entire season. I tried other playbooks, but I did the Chargers offense and defensive, kind of figured out what I like, what I dislike, and then go from there. I found my two playbooks. I like the Kansas City's offense and the disguise 3-4 defense. I'm a really defensive-minded person, so I like to disguise blitzes and have like a 3-4 defense just because that is what like my defense has. So you want to look at, okay, how many good linebackers you have versus how many good defensive line you have. So if you have a good defensive line, you want to look more of like a 4-3. If you have a lot of really good ends and linebackers, then you want to look at a 3-4 defense. That being said, if you go down to team schemes, you can choose and pick out whichever scheme you want. This is my Z. I thought I changed it. I did not have vertical zone run. Did I have vertical zone run? No. I thought I had. Maybe I did have vertical zone run. Yeah, I like to look at whatever has the highest percentage scheme fit. I guess it changed. It was like a 93% before the off season, and then I guess I lost some players and it went down. I don't know, whatever. But this is what I like to use. Love the Rams defense. Kansas City, I'm building my offensive weapons, so I have like more of a deep threat. I have a couple speedy guys that I want to grow, so that's why I picked Kansas City, because they have good tight end plays and they have good deep plays and medium routes. That being said, once you figure out your schemes, another thing I just learned is under managed staff, franchise staff. So you have your goals. You want to select probably the most easily attainable goals for each game, just to get easy points. If you're going up against an opponent or there's something that okay, I gotta hit this or whatever it is, because the more, not talent tree, as you level up or as you get more things, you get more rewards. So like, for example, 15 first downs, it's a computer game, I'm not playing anybody, so it's probably easy to get 15 first downs. Pick it off twice. My defense has been ball hawk, so I picked that. And then 3 pass touchdowns because, it's the easy ones, the ones you might think you have a good chance of getting. At least for me. This is all for me, at least. if you fire your coach or fire anybody, you can select from a pool of coaches and you don't have to give them a price or anything. You can instantly hire them, and they all come with talent point bonuses. So that was one thing I didn't do right off the bat. I did a 1 full season as is, like stock team. We'll stock like coaching staff, stock playbook and schemes. And then at the end of the season, okay, I fired who I wanted to fire and I changed the scheme as I wanted to. I changed my schemes and then I hired the specific coach that would kind of fit that scheme. And I got more talent points, which is huge. So that's something you definitely want to check out. If you click fire Brian Warner, like I think it's an instant fire. So it doesn't say like, are you sure? So make sure you want to fire him before you fire him. What else? So view goals right here. So on the home page, you can just hit Y and view your goals. Those are just like weekly goals and season goals and stuff like that. So you really want to just really pick the right goal for you for that matchup. Weekly strategy. This is huge. This is absolutely huge. Pay attention. You want to rest your starters before the playoffs. Maybe the week before, just train the backups, but just rest your starters because they're going to enter your playoff game all yellow and it's going to really screw you up. So rest before playoffs. I can't emphasize that enough. During the season, work them like you want. Obviously, don't go too crazy. I like to keep them in the 90s, but I like splitting. I always split unless there's like a 35-year-old like tight end. For example, I had Jared Cook, so for the entire season I emphasized my training on the backups. For example, I have really good depth. I freaking have awesome depth after this free agents this offseason. So I just split them. I just split the reps between starters and backups. It works out. This, you really want to utilize this. If you have a history with a player and you know this guy's going to go deep the entire time. He's just going to throw it. No matter what, he's going to throw deep. He's got freaking Tyreek Hill. He's got Henry Ruggs. He's got John Ross. I defend the deep pass. I just do that. And then the game plan in the game, I do coach suggestions. I just freaking let coach pick my plays. But I go based off the game plan. Whatever gives me a game plan bonus because I just want to take all the bonuses I can get. Even right here, if you hit Y, you have a full report. It gives you, kind of like an idea of what they run. Verticals, obviously, they run verticals 34% of the time. And then they run, inside zone second. So verticals and inside zone is like their 1-2 combination for offense. So then you advance it. Defense, if I'm playing the computer, whatever it is, I like to do blitz counter. Blitz counter is to keep it safe. That's like my keep it simple, stupid method. It just has improved pass blocking, but you just kind of want to look at the team stats. So their pass yards, they rank in the bottom for allowing the most passing, but they rank in the top for stopping the run. So I'm actually going to do throw it deep because I want to get my rookie wide receiver some yardage. I want to get these guys some experience. Player health, same right here. Full pads. Quarterback, I just have the starter because literally I'm only going to worry about training Justin Herbert. Running backs, I don't really want to use Austin Eckler anymore, so I'm going to just train my backups. Fullback split, everything is split, My tight ends are all young, so they're all split. My offensive linemen, they're really old, so I could do split, but at the same time, every point matters with offensive linemen, so you want to take as many points as you can. So you can do split or you can do your backups. I have really good young backups in because next season they're going to retire and they're going to regress a lot. So I'm probably just going to end up cutting them if they don't retire. Because this is probably the last season. Corey Linsley, Jason Kelsey, Brian Bulaga, Matt Fiedler, they're going to regress or retire. Either way. So I like to have it on full pads. I forgot to show you guys. So full pads, you get the most experience. Half pads, you get lower experience and game plan boost, but more fatigue and fatigue recovery and less injury. So full, more recovery, less recovery, more injury, but you get more experience. Half pads, you get the opposite. That should make sense. I shouldn't really have to go into detail with that. That being said, you would advance. This is freaking huge. I didn't even realize you could focus players until probably like week 15 or 14 last season, so I missed out a lot. But my first emphasis is on focusing players on the tree, the talent tree. And I'll show you that in a minute. But I like to do like tiers. So this is my rookie, Micah Sims. Once he hits 80 overall, I'm gonna take him out of the focus player and put somebody else in. But for example, in the 60s, once they hit 70, I'll probably swap them out with another player in the 60s if there is a player that needs to get swapped out. If there isn't, I'll have them go from 70s to either 75 or 80s. So I like to do a 5 to 10 point tier system. So Micah Sims, once he hits 80, he's going out and somebody else is coming in. Matt Dillon, once he hits, I'll probably do 80. Once he hits 75 or 80, I'll swap him out and put somebody else in. So I like to do a tier system for that. With that being said, let's just get this out of the way. So the talent tree, like any kind of like RPG, I like to just work on one thing at a time. So last season I just started on my head coach because I didn't really think I was gonna fire my head coach. So I just do one tree at a time, one try. Pick whichever side. I didn't know you could only do one side or the other, so learn from my mistakes. I did from the top down, so I did that because it sacrifices this side. You just want to pick the side that fits your play style, and then work down from there. But I like to do one tree at a time. So then now once I get this pretty much done and caught up for the most part, I'll do offensive coordinator, pick the side, do whichever you want to do. Defensive coordinator, I'm defensive minded, so that was over like the second thing I did. And then player personnel, if you're playing against the users, this is really like nothing. This doesn't make any sense. It doesn't even matter. This is like the last thing you could do, but maybe down here you'll get like a better thing. I don't know. No, okay, so that's useless. Trades are useless in a user series, user league. Contracts, that's important, but that's really going to be the last branch I do. It's not as important. You want to get down to, where was it? Access an additional focus player. That was the first tree staff modifications I did. That is huge. You want to focus train as many players as you can. And then obviously this is old, but it's not really that new. Top stories, you want to always look at the draft stories because they often tell you who's going to be a superstar potential. So this hockey star turns to football. Marquise Ware, he's now going to be a free safety. So he might be a superstar. So I would just keep track. Okay, Marquise Ware. There, and I just like to keep track of that. I never do. It's kind of like tedious, but especially because my picks are always later on in the draft, and those guys are always the first to go. So if you're lucky and you get one, that's awesome. If not, I'm sorry. I just realized I'm probably not going to have enough money to re-sign Derwin James. So that's going to suck. But if you go to team salaries, you can see your salaries as well as the other salaries of the other teams to plan ahead. I didn't do that for the first Madden ever, and I blew my wad. I blew my load all over Jason Kelsey, and I'm probably not going to have enough money. So we're going to have to make some horrible cuts and potentially try to get Derwin James. But you can also see who you got to re-sign here in case you don't know. I don't know how much you guys know, but this will show you all the players you got to prepare for. Not that many, so we might luck out, but it's going to be a tough one nonetheless. And I think that's it. I mean, obviously, view standings, you can just see right here. You want to, if you move the little right stick, you want to take advantage of the ranking system and look at where they place and what their weakness is. If you notice people are throwing all over them, you want to maybe try to attack, do an air attack right off the bat. If they have like a top 10 run stop defense, but yeah, I think I don't know. This is all I know. Some of the new stuff, some of the least the important, at least the important things. So those are the game plans you want to have when you go into a franchise, when you pick your team, and just kind of you want to see your team schemes, what they're good at, what you want to be good at. My team went down to an 80 overall. I thought they were an 83, but whatever, that's beside the point. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy and this was kind of helpful, in the top you can see the staff points as well. Sorry, I forgot about that. That tells you how many points you have. I relocated. You can relocate too if you want to. It's all under the roster or manage team section. This is where you can change the financials. You can mess with that a little bit. I like to keep them default because it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really do much anything. You're gonna these computer players are gonna computer people are gonna pay more. Whatever, you know. But you can adjust it if you like. But yeah, if you like this, if you thought it was helpful in the slightest, then leave a like. It helps me out a lot. Subscribe if you want to see some more Madden content, some other games I play as well. Definitely subscribe. This will be the channel for you. I'm doing a giveaway at the end of the year if I can hit 20K subs. But yeah, am I forgetting anything? Probably. Was it important? Probably not. Probably not. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, formation subs. This is crucial. I just started this week doing formation subs. So I have like a run blocking tight end, a better run blocker, so I like to put him in, you know, certain plays that I know I'm gonna run in. I didn't do it for a lot of them. I just did them in like certain single back or like certain strong and weak formation, like because I don't have the patience to go through. It's not that serious to go through all of the formations and really like move who I want to be there. Maybe I'll do it when I have the time, but I don't have the time right now. So I just did my run blocking tight end to help with the runs. So auto subs, I just leave it. It's like 80-60. Basically determines the frequency they come out. They're subbed out. I wish it was worded better. So this is being substituted in during the game. So I guess when your running back hits 60 fatigue, they're subbed out, and then they're subbed back in once they reach 80 fatigue, I guess. I don't know. I like to leave it. Like I said, it doesn't really do much, at least in a user league. But yeah, I think that'll do it. If I'm forgetting something, I'm sorry. It probably is not that important. But I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.